What Lonzo Thinks is a wide-ranging, free-flowing discussion where I offer my unsolicited views on everything from music, movies, politics, sports, religion, pop culture, you name it. If it's happening, I'm talking about it. My thoughts are unsolicited, but I give them anyway. And if you don't like it, then don't listen. All right, and I'm back with a special guest, Jake Wade. Son, what's the business?
Yo, God. Thanks for having me on again.
Don't cut my wisdom, G.
Yo, you know my Steve.
No doubt, homie. Word.
Let's flip it.
Yeah, get this shit lit. Don't drip too hard, though.
I was gonna go in some weird young slang, but I realized I don't really know any.
So yeah, but no matter what, you got to keep it hundo P, son.
Hundo P, keep it 100. It's all dope.
Groovy.
Yo, that is so dope. That is lit. That was so dope. I hear that so much, and I'm like, these kids, man, it doesn't even sound right coming out of your mouth.
It's a conspiracy, man. Dude. Bitching, dude. It's fucking bitching, man.
Do people still say that? I don't think they do, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody says it somewhere. It's bitching, dude. Hey, dude, you want to go get scullied?
What does that mean?
Scullied? Get high? Drink? Come on, man. Get scullied, son. Get our skulls busted, son.
I don't think I've ever heard it before in my life.
Really? Oh, wow. Yeah, back in the day.
Scullied.
Yeah, that's what white boys would say. Dude, let's go get scullied. Yeah.
Oh, man. When it comes to terms about like getting high, I don't know a thing about it. Here I am, so clean. I don't know these things.
Good. Yeah, because don't do drugs. Say no to drugs. If you're out there listening, say no to drugs. Yeah,
word to Barbara Bush.
Not
Barbara Bush. What's her name?
Who?
Nancy Reagan.
Yeah, word. Yeah, stop the drugs. What was her? Say no to drugs. Yeah, just say no. Yeah, absolutely. Nancy Reagan. Peace to Nancy Reagan. Rest in peace. No doubt. First lady. All right, and we're back. All right, we've done shows on We Are the World, Band-Aid, We Are the World 25, and also we did Stop the Violence. I mean, because I guess since Band-Aid, there's been periodically the music artists would get together and come together for a common cause, try to raise money for the poor or stop violence in music or something, or feed the hungry, things of that nature. They come together and do charity songs. So we've been talking about in the past about these different projects and how with all these artists, who really belonged to be there, who didn't belong to be there. So we're gonna continue that format and talk about We're All in the Same Gang, which is a song from 1990 that was performed by the West Coast Rap All Stars. And it was also anti-violence type of a song, more towards gang violence on the West Coast, NWA, and the whole gangsta mentality that really, kind of rose in South Central Los Angeles. It really came to the public consciousness from South Central, and NWA hit it big, and movies like Boys in the Hood and South Central and Menace to Society and movies like that came out and kind of showed America colors. Kind of showed America what was going on the West Coast and everything. Kind of brought some consciousness to it, and the fact that this violence kind of permeated into hip hop as well. So a bunch of hip hop artists, gangster hip hop artists and everything from the West Coast got together and called themselves the West Coast Rap All Stars and did this song. And the song was a huge hit, just like the Stop the Violence movement from a couple years earlier, which was led by KRS-One. This one, We're All in the Same Gang, also went to number 1. It was nominated for a Grammy for the best rap performance by a duo or group. It made the top 10 in the R&B hip hop songs. It was number 1 rap song, top 10 of the R&B hip hop, and hit number 35 on the Billboard Hot 100. So by any measure, the song was a major hit. I'm sure it raised a lot of money. And like I said, there were a lot of artists involved. So we're going to keep that format going and just kind of go through each artist. And we're going to discuss who belonged to be there, who did not belong to be there. They give them a rating from 1 to 10 on their importance and whether or not they actually belong to be had the accolades or the merit to actually be on these tracks. We're gonna keep it 100. We're gonna keep it hundo P. We're gonna speak it from the lungs. We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna speak our minds, and we're gonna be honest on our thoughts. You might not agree with it, and if some of these artists out there listening, if you don't agree with it, fuck you already. But we're gonna say what we feel, and we're gonna be honest about our assessments, because what we say matters. Because you know why? Because we got the mics in front of us, and we're the ones who talking, and you're the ones who listening. So if you don't like it, fuck you and your mama. All right.
Your mama and your cousin too.
For real. And since we're talking about West Coast gangster hip hop, biatch.
Yeah.
All right, you got anything to say, man, before I get into it?
I think we should get into it. I think it's it's simple. You said it, and there's a message here, and I think we have not a super long list, but we have some people to talk about. Let's go ahead and do that.
Oh, absolutely. And once again, if you've been listening to our previous shows, we bring it raw. We don't pull no punches, so we're gonna say what we feel and let the chips fall where they may. All right. So
I'll try not to get on some tirade about the alt-right.
At least not this time. That's for a different show. And I'll try not to speak about Pete Buttigieg. Buttigieg. Man, folks are fucking his name up, man. But dude is something serious though. So
the way you said it was horrible.
Okay, well, I did a show on him. I don't know if you heard my show on him, but I did a show on him, and I called him Peanut Butter. So I'm gonna call him PB
Peanut butter.
Yeah, Peanut Butter. So PB, if you're out there listening, much success to you and much luck to you on your quest to be president of the United States. Cause folks gonna have fun saying the words President Buttigieg. Oh man, the humorists and they gonna fuck you over, son. Good lord, they gonna wear your name out. They gonna put it up.
The Indians probably already killing him.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, memes, and if he gets elected president, the fact that he's gay, is just enough ammo right there. But him being gay and having a name like that, oh my good, booty itch. Oh man, booty. Buddy gig, whatever. But having a name like Buddy Gig and being gay, that's low hanging fruit. That's putting the ball on the tee, and folks are gonna run with it. So yeah. So PB, be ready. I hope you win, but be ready. You got my vote.
Peanut butter jelly time.
That's right. Do you remember the song "I Don't Want No Peanut Butter and Jelly"?
I do not.
You don't, man. If you listen to my show from a couple of weeks ago with my sister Shonda, I tried to remind her there's a gospel song called "I Don't Want No Peanut Butter and Jelly," and she didn't remember it either. And they used to play it on WIBB every morning. Grandma would listen to the gospel music on WIBB. And they would play that song. I remember I'd be getting ready for school, and that song would play. So I remember it. And I think when I hear that song, I think about my beloved grandmother. So Grandma, if you're out there listening, I love you, Grandma. So.
She's not listening. Okay.
And Grandma, if you're out there listening, why? Please turn it off. I don't want to disappoint you. I've disappointed you enough in life.
You're probably ashamed of what's been said on here, to be honest.
I know, she's real shame for us, man. Oh man, if Grandma heard this, woo man, woo. Grandma, I love you. I love you so much, Grandma. The greatest grandmother ever. I'm saying that, and she on a scale of 1 to 10, my grandma gets a trillion. So.
Yeah. I can't rate my grandma. I love my grandma.
Yeah. She gets infinity, times a trillion. Just way out there. So Grandma, love you. I love you with all my heart and soul. You're the greatest grandma ever. All right.
Yep.
All right, so man, I really digressed on that one. I steered it down a whole different path, man.
It was necessary. It was always necessary to speak about grandma.
Oh, absolutely. So let's get it back to the X-rated to the X-rated backsliding. All right, so we're all in the same game, and it starts off with King T. King T was a solo hip-hop gangster artist from the West Coast. He has an iconic hip-hop song, West Coast song called Good Lord, what's it called, man? Good Lord, Act a
Which
Fool.
one?
Act a Fool.
Yeah.
Yes, I love Act a Fool. It is one of the greatest West Coast hip hop songs, gangster songs ever, and it's very visual. The imagery from this song is very vivid. To kind of describing what it's like, what it was like for him in L.A. South Central, and in gang, amidst the gang culture and everything. So King T gets a lot of love from me. His follow-up album I also bought, um, and I had a great song called Rough Rhyme. I remember that. I remember Rough Rhyme. There'll be another Rough Rhyme. I really like that song a lot as well. I always like this flow and everything. So King T, for he obviously never made it big as far as nationwide or anything like that. He was more of a niche artist or whatever, but he was still great. So King T gets a 10 from me.
King T is the man. My first encounter with King T probably on his third album, the Trifling album.
Played
And
like piano.
oh yeah, God man, Woo. I love that album, and I like his collaboration with the Alcoholics, Make Room.
Yep.
Oh man, they used to play that track every day. Like every Saturday, it was pretty much guaranteed it was gonna be number one on Rap City. And
Yeah,
I
because
was like,
Make Room had a massive beat. That beat, boy, was woo, something serious.
God, man. Oh, man. And from there, I was like, I gotta listen to this guy, and I did. King T is freaking awesome. And yeah, you go back in time to his other stuff. You got Act Fool is freaking awesome, and you got that second album with what's on that album? I mean, play like a piano's on there.
Yeah, with him and Ice Cube.
And that track has Ice Cube in it.
Yes,
So,
yes.
hey, dude, I can wax poetic about all these people these days, But King T is a hero of mine. To this day, he may not be making like hot tracks, but I respect him so much. And really, what comes to mind when I think of him is Make Room, even though it wasn't his track. He was on it. It was fantastic. So much respect for King T. I'm giving him a 10.
Okay, we're starting off hot. All right. So we start off hot, but we're gonna veer into some dangerous territory with the next one.
Woo.
Next up is Body and Soul, including D Barnes. Okay, Body and Soul was a female hip hop group, and they never had a hit song. They didn't last very long. And D Barnes, I think D Barnes, her claim to fame is getting her ass beat by Dr. Dre.
Yep.
I heard a couple songs from Body and Soul, but I don't remember any of the songs. So because they were whack, they weren't very good, and I didn't like them. And like I said, D Barnes. The only reason I even know D Barnes, once again, her infamy is, like I said, it's a shame that she's famous for getting her ass beat, but that's her claim to fame, is getting her ass beat by Dr. Dre. So.
Yeah.
So Body and Soul and D Barnes gets -1 million. They didn't belong on this track. What did they do to be on this track? I mean, who they have the fuck to get on this track? I mean, really. minus a million, -1 billion. They have no right to be, see, and the thing is, now, as far as the annals of history, Body and Soul featuring D Barnes has the #1 hit. We're all in the same game. That they probably got a gold record. They was able to hang up because of this.
And,
Why?
Much respect for them. They have it. They did it.
Yeah, but once
They've
again,
done something I haven't done. I've never been on a hit record, so
well, I have. In Iceland.
I have not ever.
Yeah, but like I said, D Barnes, your claim to fame, like I said, is getting your ass whipped. So now in the age of the Me Too movement and everything, I should be more politically correct. But back then when it happened, like I said, you got your ass beat, and that's your claim to fame, and you get -1 billion. So fuck you, D Barnes, and I hope you did something better with your life. So there you go.
Okay, so I'm gonna say I don't know Body and Soul. Like I remember this track. I don't know anything they've done. I know nothing about them. And D Barnes, I'm not sure I knew D Barnes was actually a rapper. I know that she hosted she's like a radio host, like a disc jockey, you know, something. She had a radio show, is what I know, and that's when she got slapped by Dr. Dre.
Yeah, she had a show called Pump It Up.
Yeah.
And yeah, so she got her ass beat for saying something negative about NWA or Dr. Dre or something, man. He found her at a nightclub or something, man. He just drug her ass all over the place. They said like it was blood on the walls. He beat her so bad. So yeah.
So Dr. Dre should, you know, he apologized sort of recently, but I don't think he was sincere about it. But that's a different story. So these people, I don't know them, and you know, I guess to be honest, I guess I should say without giving them a rating, I don't know them, so I can't rate them. But I'm going to rate them. I'm gonna give them a 0. I'm not gonna go as low as you, because you know. I'm just not, but 0 is what I give them. And I'll give you an update on Dee Barnes, because there was news on her recently. Did you hear it?
Who beat her ass? But...
Life, apparently. It's not funny. It's not funny.
Yeah, no, it's not funny. No.
She's homeless now.
Oh, she is? Oh,
and
bless her heart.
There's news this month, I believe, or was it last? I don't remember. Very recently that, you know, she came out and said she's homeless. She's had some financial issues, and you know she's officially homeless. Very sad. Somebody should come to her aid.
Well, Dr. Dre is a billionaire, so maybe he'll cut her a check. You know, it just
He could, but you know he ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, I know. You know, yeah, Dre ain't getting nobody shit.
You know, I feel bad for her. I really do.
Yeah, Dre ain't cut nobody no checks, so I'm sorry, D.
Nobody.
You better go find somebody else famous to beat you up.
Well, you know, no matter what, I hope she can make something happen for herself.
Hopefully so. Yeah, D. I mean, if you're out there struggling, you know, good luck to you. I hope you know your situation improves. Absolutely.
You know, being homeless, I can't imagine. You know, that's a sad situation. I don't know how you can manage it. I would not know what to do. So you know, I feel really bad for her.
Well, I know what it's like to be homeless. I was homeless for a brief time. So true story. When I was in the military, I just got down to the military. I was in San Antonio, Texas, and I rented an apartment, and I moved from one apartment to the next, and I rented like a U-Haul and everything. Had my stuff in the U-Haul. When I went to my new apartment complex to move in, the apartment wasn't ready, and I couldn't move in. So there was some sort of snafu with the paperwork and everything, or whatever. So I had to actually sleep in the U-Haul. So I was homeless for like a day and a half, whatever. And that was a grim day and a half.
Oh yeah.
Sleeping in the back of a U-Haul.
Oh man.
Because what I did, I kind of, I had my mattress and everything. I kind of configured my mattress in the back of the U-Haul, where I can lay down on and sleep, sleep on the U-Haul, in the U-Haul, whatever, right? And obviously I pulled down the door and everything, this is in San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio's kind of rough, what I mean? The area I was living in wasn't rough, but still, I had to, kind of sleep with one eye open. It was hot inside. It was during the summer, hot inside that truck too. That was some misery. So I got a glimpse of what it was like to be homeless, man. It didn't feel good. So D Barnes, my heart goes out to you.
Oh God, that's actually frightening. It really is.
Yeah, because every sound you hear, you're like, oh damn, what is that? Someone come in here and shoot me or something. It's a grim way. It's very grim. So I think there's a huge homeless problem right now in Los Angeles anyway, in California. So
a huge homeless problem in the U.S.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think, but it's been like even more exacerbated in California, because now they have like these places set up where people like sleep in their cars. Like it's like designated areas where you can kind of park your car for the night, where it's like they got like security and this kind of stuff. I mean, it's crazy. There's a lot of Silicon Valley folks who can't afford to, because of the cost of living, can't afford to, they have jobs and everything, but they have to live out of their cars. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So, once again, we're digressing. So, D Barnes, you get a 0, and that gold album, you might want to sell that gold album you got, man, to get some money so you can get yourself some place to live. So.
I feel like she did that a long time ago.
Well, damn, D.
I mean, I would have.
Yeah, that's true. And me too. Yeah, I would have pawned that thing or something. Pay for a hotel for a couple of nights or whatever. So D, like I said, you need to go out and find a rapper to beat your ass so you can get some money. So I know a few, so I'll send you a list.
Great.
All right.
Today.
Next up, man, is Def Jeff. Def Jeff, he's a hip hop artist, a producer slash poet. Um, he had a minor hit song called "Give It Here." It came out that from his first album and everything. I would hear it on the radio and everything, but I didn't see him. I never saw the video or whatever, right? Until I finally saw the video. It was way back in the day when the song first came out, whatever. I saw the video on I think BET or whatever, right? And I always find it kind of funny, cause you ever see a person where they're like skinny up top, they're like a skinny torso, but got like a big ass and big thighs.
I don't know, maybe.
That was Def Jeff, man. So it was just funny to see him dancing around, everything doing the running, man. He got like this skinny torso, man. So if you look at him like from the chest up, he's like regular skinny, regular sized dude, whatever, right? But he had a fat ass. It's a big. It just looks so funny.
I have to say, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to like the body shape of men. I really don't.
Man, you can't really help but notice it, man. Cause like at the Give It Here, you all watch the Give It Here video sometime, man. He's dancing around this girl with her. He's jumping up and down, dancing and everything, right? He's got his skinny torso on this bitch. This huge ass and his huge thighs, man. He's like a fat person with a skinny, but his upper body is skinny, man. He just didn't look at him.
Maybe he's wearing a corset.
I don't know what the fuck he was doing, man. This is crazy. So that's all I remember about Def Jam. But his second album was A Poet With Soul. He had a great song on that album called Here We Go Again. It wasn't a huge hit or anything, but it was a great song, so I recommend you listen to it. Also, a little trivia. His major claim to fame is he actually produced a hit record for Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille's first record. I know I got skills, man. I got skills, whatever. Yeah, I got skills. Is the name of this? What was that? I got skills. I know I got skills.
I got skills.
Yeah. But Def Jeff actually produced, and he actually had a verse on that record as well. So,
Yep.
so he did have some success as a producer. So there you go, Def Jeff. But in terms of being in, we're all in the same gang. I'm gonna give you a 1 because your body style. Your body, man, your body mass, man, was not well distributed. So you need to take some of that money you got from your hit record, man, and sign up for a spin class or something.
Give him a 1 for his relevance, and then like a 20 for his BMI, I guess.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm serious, man. Take a look at that video, man. You're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about, man. You're gonna laugh your ass off, man. Cause the dude is not well proportioned.
I wouldn't say that I am either. I don't know if I can laugh at it, but okay.
But at least you don't have a skin, but you have a skinny torso, and like I say, it's just it's hard to describe, man. You just gotta just see it, man, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So Def Jeff, get a 1.
Video, find out what he's talking about.
So what?
Everybody who's listening should pay attention and watch the Def Jeff video after this.
Exactly. Watch the Def Jeff video. Give the guy some looks, man, and hit me back in the comments and let me know what you think. I'm all way off when it comes to Def Jeff and his big ass and big thighs. Oh man, skinny torso, wide body.
Man.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
So my thoughts on Def Jeff. I didn't love him, quite honestly. I heard a few tracks from when I was young, and I wasn't really into him. I remember a video for like dropping rhymes on drums. I remember that on BT. And what was the other one? Here We Go Again. I remember the video on BT. But I didn't really like him. He was alright, I guess. His shining moment, yes, was with Shaq. His rapid fire verse on "I Got Skills," and then his attempt to stop Shaq from rapping at the time. On the track, it's like, let's just let beat ride. No. What do you say after that?
I forget, man.
Yeah, I don't remember. But anyway, that's a cool song. I Got Skills was a good song.
You want to fight? Come fight me. I hit you with the wall. See?
I was thinking about that track recently, and I don't know why. I haven't heard it in a while.
The Shaq Diesel album wasn't bad, man. Yeah, it wasn't bad. For a basketball player or whatever.
Anyway, Def Jeff. I was not into his music. I really wasn't, and I'm not sure if he was that great of a rapper. I don't remember. Uh, so I'm gonna give him a one because I don't know. Uh, uh, if I'm judging him on the Shaq song, then I might give him a two. Uh, for everything, I have to give him a one. One thing I do know about him because I've watched this show. He did the music for that show, That's So Raven.
Oh, really? Okay, so
Yeah,
so he got some work. I mean, it's good. You know, he made some paper, so that's good for him. So you know,
yeah. I'm sure he's done more than that, but that's
yeah,
what I remember. He did music on that show. And, that was a big hit. So if he's probably rich off of that.
yeah. You know, I'm sure. You know, he carved out. You know, like I say, he carved out a career out of what he did. So can't throw shade on him for that. You know, the fact that his body proportion. So.
That's right.
Okay, Def Jeff, if you're listening out there, I got two words for you, son. Spin class. Okay.
Yep, elliptical.
Yes, there you go. All right, next up. Ooh, okay. Whoa, man, we're gonna have fun with this one. Next up,
Oh,
next up on the list is Michelle A. Michelle A was a singer. She had a hit album. I think it was self-titled album. I think it was self-titled. She had some hit songs. No More Lies. Something in My Heart. Nice Tea. Some people say I'm nice. But I think her major claim to fame is she was married to Dr. Dre. And she, I think she ran Def Jam, or she had something to do with Def Jam as far as, not Def Jam, what was it, Ruthless?
Ruthless Records, yeah.
Yeah, where she was kind of like controlling the money or something. She did something. She had some sort of an official capacity. She had power with the whole Ruthless Jerry Heller record thing, and she robbed people of a lot of money. There's something shady about her. You used the word repellent. There's something very repellent about Michelle A. Plus, I think she was like sleeping with Dr. Dre and somebody else at the same time. Yeah, she got a lot of dirt on her. You know what I mean? So I think she was like the first person, to be caught ratchet. So Michelle A, for being ratchet and for doing the things that you did as far as robbing folks of money and all this kind of stuff, you get a -1 billion. So Michelle A, if you're listening out there, fuck you, and I hope you homeless like D Barnes. Go ahead.
It's no, it's never good to wish homelessness on somebody, or anything, If somebody, I understand like being a terrible person, but you wish like things on them. It's pretty bad. I don't have anything against Michelle A, except I know that I know she was a terrible person. Whenever you're in the capacity to run, to control somebody's money, you're probably doing the wrong thing. Money destroys this planet. So, if that's what she did, maybe she should deserve to be homeless, or really probably just in jail. That's what I would.
I mean, money doesn't ruin the planet, man. But if you're greedy and dishonest, and then it does, cause it corrupts you. It makes you more of what you already are.
I mean, that's the thing, though.
Yeah.
When you get money, if you have a lot of it, it's probably going to ruin you. And that's not the case for everybody, but lots of people get completely ruined by money.
I mean, there's a lot of good rich people out there. But like I said, the age-old adage is money makes you more of what you already are. So if you're already an asshole, then you're an asshole with money. You're gonna be more of an asshole. But if you're a good person, a philanthropist, as if you're broke and you're generous and giving, you'll be generous and giving as a rich person. So.
I mean, I'll say this. I think I'm a good person, and if I were rich, I would destroy everybody. So I'm not really sure that's true.
Damn, bro, you like evil.
I'm totally joking.
You're a comic book person, man. Like a comic book villain,
right.
Man. Yeah, you get some money, man. You're gonna try to destroy the world.
Your life has ended because I became rich. Anyway, Michelle A. Hey, I don't like R&B. I've said I've never been an R&B fan. That's not true. There was a time when I was really into it, but I'm not really into R&B singers. And I thought her stuff was whack. and I learned about her bad dealings later in life and made me hate her even more. Uh, I remember Timdawg did that track, um, F Compton,
No, it's called
and
Fuck Compton.
yeah, that's what it's called. And he mentioned her.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. You can't sing.
Yeah, and that's what I remember about that track most of all. Is that was kind of a hilarious.
Timdawg.
And also you got, you know, she was, she, a lot of bad things been said about her. A lot of choice words, a lot of things that should go down in the lexicon of history have been hilarious. You know, Ice Cube calling her out on Vaseline. You know, it's oh wow. So I say all that to say that she's whack and probably a really bad person who does not deserve a whole lot. And she certainly doesn't deserve a good rating from me. I will give her a 0.
Well, actually, man, her album was not that bad at all. It was produced by good Lord, I'm stuttering. It was produced by Dr. Dre, and it had some strong tracks on it. And he did a good job with her. So I'm gonna give props where props is due because the music on that album is solid. It's rock solid. I mean, she has a very annoying voice, but her singing voice was I mean, it wasn't terrible. I heard a whole lot worse. You know.
Yeah, you're probably right, but hey, I don't like the music. I mean, I don't like that style of music to this day. I remember '90 and I thought it was whack. So
Okay. Oh, by the way, "Fuck Compton" is an iconic song. So Timdawg, if you out there listening, man, now Timdawg was hard. That dude was
I'm about to
hard.
slap you here.
What?
Because I don't. God, man, you've not followed Timdawg at all, have you?
What's up? What happened? What happened?
Timdawg is like the devil. Timdawg is dead now.
Timdawg is dead. No. No.
Timdawg died in like 2010.
Really? Timdawg is dead?
Yeah. Yes. But he was also a terrible person.
Wait, whoa. Back over a second. Back over a second. Okay. Waylon Jennings, dead. Ike Turner, dead. Timdawg, dead. Miss Melody, dead. What is... We're toxic over here, man.
Yeah. See, you always bring up the people who are dead, but you know, if you weren't even dissing him. You were like about to praise the dude.
Okay, so what did he do? Fill me in.
You should look this up. This is crazy, freaking crazy.
Oh wow.
So Timdawg, after his rap career waned, he made a career out of broken white women out of money.
What?
Like what he did was he would go and meet up with he preyed on white women. Like he would meet up with white women and say he loved them and everything, and give them money and put them up in nice houses and things like that, and say, hey, you know, I'm a rapper, and I'm working on my album, and I'm about to put it out, but I need some money, and I need you to invest in my album. And those girls loved him so much, they gave him all their money, and he would really treat them like girlfriends. You know, they didn't really suspect anything. He did it like 4 women, and they didn't really suspect anything, strangely enough. But once he got everything that he needed from him, he like disappeared, and they were like, "Where is Timdawg?" And it's really weird because he became like one of America's most wanted. So
what? Timdawg?
Yeah. So he was like really like tricking white women all over the country, getting them to invest in his music that he never put out. And eventually what happened is they did like an America's Most Wanted special. And they were like, we need to catch Timdawg. And months after that special aired, he died. And
did somebody kill him?
Well, I don't know. But he died. And then, you know, what happened is they're like, well, okay, he's dead. We can't get him now. And it's very sad this happened to these women. Not months, like a year later, they're like, Timdawg is still alive. Timdawg faked his death. And I'm like, what the heck? Wow, this guy's a man. then it came out that he was actually dead. It was weird. Like he died, and then they said he faked his death. I don't really know how to resolve itself.
My God,
maybe he's actually still out there. I don't know.
Is he with Tupac?
He might be with Tupac. He might be in the Galapagos hanging out with Tupac and Biggie and Elvis and Kurt Cobain and everybody. I don't know. But that guy was diabolical. He really was. So I feel really bad for all the women who fell in love with him and ruined their lives over this guy. You know, he was hard on the microphone, but you know, it was also hard in his heart, and that's very, very sad. So Timdawg now is dead, though. He died like in 2010, 2011, something like that. Supposedly, because again, you know, they're like Timdawg faked his death.
Rest in peace, Timdawg.
But you can look that up. But that was a fascinating special.
Timdawg is dead.
Yeah.
I'm grieving over here, man. Timdawg is dead.
You shouldn't grieve, though. He was horrible. If what they say was true, he was really a bad guy.
Let's get right down to the nitty gritty and talk about a bullshit city.
You know, that was his claim to fame, but you know, he had Let's Get Wrecked, which I thought was awesome too.
Timdawg.
Timdawg, and of course he had that feud with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
You know,
and he had a great the album. He had a great title for his album, man. You remember the name of the album?
No.
Penicillin on Wax. So it was, yeah, so a nice title for the album and everything, man. Timdawg. Man, the Source gave him 5 mics for Fuck Compton, I think, man. I mean, they showed him some love, and the Source showed him some serious love, man.
I mean, he was a hard rapper. He had skills, but I tell you what, I didn't like his voice. He sounded like he was chewing something to me.
Yeah, so he had food in his mouth. Yeah, he did. Timdawg.
But again, his music is overshadowed now because he was the devil.
Okay, so we're digressing on Timdawg, but Tim, if you're out there listening,
He's not listening unless he's pregnant right now.
Okay, Tim.
Like, I wonder why he chose white women. Like, he really preyed on white women. I don't think anybody that he was
I guess he thought they were stupid. I don't know, man. But black women ain't got no money, so that's probably why. Yeah, broke ass nigga, I got shit
like, they really gave him like their lives. It's crazy.
You know, all black women got a county check anyway, man. So those
stereotypes.
I know, man.
We're still dealing with those today.
I know, man. That's so true. Okay, man. Let me move on, man. I'm crushed over here. Okay. Okay. This is taking a turn for the sinister, man.
Are you gonna cry?
I want to.
Don't grieve for this.
Okay. I'm trying not to, man.
Look up that special, man. It was like an America's Most Wanted special. Look it up.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. Okay, so next on the list, man, is Tone. Next up is Tone Loc. Yeah, that's right. Tone Loc had one of the biggest hit rap songs in history with Wild Thing, and of course followed up with Funky Cold Medina. So he had those songs came back to back. They both were #1 hits, and Tone Loc has probably the most indelible thing about Tone Loc to me is his voice. I hear that gravelly voice, so he still gets a lot of work nowadays, like in voiceover, like for cartoons and everything, because of that voice. So he's had a very successful career. He did some acting. He was in Heat, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. He had a supporting role in Heat. Also had a role in Posse, which was that black western that Mario Van Peebles did. So Tone Loc, he really took, he wrote those 2 songs, and he got the most out of them. He was never a great rapper or anything like that, but he hit a soft spot in the American consciousness and got 2 hit songs, and he wrote it for all his words. So good on him. And as far as in his belonging, we're all in the same gang. He was a 2-hit wonder. Wasn't much of a rapper, so I'm gonna give him a 5. So there you go.
That's pretty high for a 2-hit wonder.
I know. Well, I'm giving him praise, for carved out a spectacular career, when he really didn't do much. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, I guess he deserves almost as much praise as D-Nice, I guess. Maybe. Close. Maybe.
Yeah, true. Like I said, but Tone, I mean Tone, he really, he got the most out of what he was able to produce. You know what I mean? So and we should all be so lucky. So
Mm-hmm.
there you go.
Well, I'm going to have to say that I never got too deep into his music. Those two tracks are really all I know.
Oh yeah, that was about it. Yeah, I mean there was nothing else to get into. So
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing about Tone Loc is his character in the Ace Ventura movies. I liked him in those movies. Those are good movies. There.
I don't even remember him being in the Ace Ventura movies. I didn't like the Ace Ventura movies, so I've only saw it once. So.
Well, I liked him, and he was Jim Carrey's partner in those movies. He was funny. He was the straight man, and it really worked for him.
Well, since how I didn't like Ace Ventura, and now Tone Loc gets a 3.
Okay. Well, I did. And maybe I like that movie, those two movies, more than I like his music. So, I'm going to give Tone Loc a 4. Because you gave him a 3.
What the fuck ever, man. All right, Tone Loc, you out there listening, man.
I have some terrible news for you about Tone Loc, though.
You better say he's dead. Is he dead?
I know, I'm joking.
Okay. I gotta wonder now, man. But wait a minute now. You did say Faye Dunaway was dead, so you did get it.
It was the wrong person. That's all. I was close. I was just talking about the wrong person.
You try to give everybody the kiss of death, man. So.
Quite honestly, I do remember something about Tone Loc having some health problems. He's still alive.
Okay, well, Tone, you out there listening, man? Man, don't stay on your meds, man. Exercise, eat healthy, man, and hopefully you'll live longer. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Voice that deep voice, that raspy, that raspy voice.
That's raspy voice. That's right. Yeah. Tone Loc. Yeah. All right, next up is Above the Law. Above the Law was a gangster hip hop group that I think Dr. Dre, there was like on NWA's label, part of the Ruthless family. They had one minor regional hit, Murder Rap. I remember that song, but other than that, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to say about Above the Law. I mean, they really didn't resonate with me. I actually bought their album. I bought it all. It was a gangster hip hop record back in the day. I bought it, and I didn't listen to it much. Like I said, that one song, "Murder Rap," I think that was the name of it. That came a bit of a, like I said, local hit or whatever. So Above the Law get a 0 from me.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, I liked what I heard from Above the Law. I thought they were pretty cool. Those guys had like cool voices, and whoever produced them was great. And
well, wasn't it Pooh? Then Pooh produced them?
Probably.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure. I have to look it up, but probably. And that kind of by default makes them good, right? They had the song VSOP, which I love that track. That used to play all the time on BET, and I would love it when it came on. He had some music. He did some stuff with not Dr. Dre. I'm sure he did work with Dr. Dre, but that's not what I was meant to say. With Tupac, they did. Call It What You Want. Oh boy, that was a great track. You remember that?
No.
No?
No, I don't.
I think you listened to it. You probably loved it. Call It What You Want. It was great.
Okay.
But I did not follow them after that. That album that was on, I heard some of it, and I think I liked it. So they were not popular, but I think they're still around and probably still making some decent music. So did they deserve to be on this track in particular? I don't know. But I give them some props for being cool dudes. So I'll give them a 5.
0. Okay.
I'm giving them 5.
I give him a 0. So,
I'm giving them 5.
all right. Next up is Ice T. Teasy. Ice Teasy. Of course, he's an icon of the highest order. One of the greatest gangster rappers of all time. So really, there are some folks who you just say the name and that's all you really need to say. You don't even have to run down the resume. He's still around. Obviously, he's a TV star now. He's been on what's the name of the show? Law and Order for like 20 years, whatever. Right. So Ice-T has had a magnificent career. He still makes music, of course. He does. He dabbles in obviously heavy metal music and everything. Has an iconic song, 6 in the morning. Everybody knows 6 in the morning. Also, obviously, and he starred in one of the greatest hip hop movies of all time, New Jack City. New Jack Hustler, the theme song from New Jack City. I mean, he just, fuck it. Ice-T gets a 12. So, there you go.
Word. My man, Final Level. Ice-T. What a cool guy. Wow. I'm a big fan. He is a hip-hop legend, as you said. He has the name recognition that, you should be so lucky to have. He has, you know him by the way he looks, by his voice. He's fantastic. You know him by his wife. I mean, he's a legend. And he's a hardcore gamer. I like that too. And like you said, he has some of the best songs ever made. New Jack Hustler is one of my favorite songs of all time. And he's still doing some good stuff. I like the last Body Count album. It was really good. It sounds like he kind of plays that stuff for laughs these days, but still, it is good stuff. He gets so much respect from me. I love Ice-T. So I'm going to give him what'd you give him? 12?
Gave him a 12.
Yeah. I'm going to outdo you as usual. I'm going to 16.
Trivia. I actually did a cover of my favorite Ice-T song, which is Pulse of the Rhyme. So,
yeah.
So if you never heard it out there, folks, then you're missing out on something. Because I did
it's on Spotify. Listen to it, yo.
Yeah, it's on Spotify, and I did a cover of it, and I think it was a great homage to him. I think I improved on it. So.
I think that's going a little far. No disrespect to you, but I think it's going a little far.
Well, I think my version's better. Anyway.
How do you improve on that?
Because my voice, my flow and my delivery is better than his on that particular record. That's why. So
I don't know. Did I eat lunch? I don't know if you can improve on that.
When I do it right. Grab the gauge, duct tape on the flashlight, don the black ski mask, and come to your house. Cut off the power and do you with the lights out. Ice-T, well, woo. Pulse of the Rhyme. I love Pulse of the Rhyme. It's on the OG album. So if you ever listen to OG. And next up on the list, we got Dr. Dre, MC Ren, and Eazy-E of NWA. Of course, once again, Dre, Ren, Eazy. I mean, really, there's really not much to say. And you can't really do a gangsta West Coast record, like this without having them involved anyway. So Dre, Ren, Eazy, I mean, really got the whole gangster genre started. You know what I mean? Of course, so NWA is just iconic, one of the greatest, probably the greatest gangster rap group ever. There's no probably about it. They are without a doubt. So Dre, Ren, and Eazy-E. Obviously, Dre is icon of the highest order. Ren was always my favorite MC out of the whole group. And, of course, Eazy-E has one of the most iconic songs ever, Boys in the Hood. And so, really, not much to say other than the fact that they all get, each guy, they since they are the GOATs of gangsta rap, they each get 20s from me. So.
I'm going to have to agree wholeheartedly. Really, I don't have to give my opinions about them because we all know them. We all know how iconic they all are. Even Ren. Some people forget that Ren even exists, and I think that's a shame. he's a legend, and of course Eazy-E is a legend. And we didn't have Ice Cube on this track, but if you add those four up, you got the gods of gangsta rap, and that's fantastic. You have to have that on this track here. So I'm gonna give them a 26 and 26.175. But I have some terrible news about Eazy.
What?
He's dead.
Stop it. Easy is not dead. Easy is on that album. He's on that island with Timdawg and Tupac.
Well,
Easy's death was a hoax, man.
Well, it seems like it could have been because he just all of a sudden, I have AIDS. All of a sudden he's dead.
Yeah, like 2 days later. Nah.
Could be. I don't know.
Easy ain't dead. He's
not dead.
Yeah, he's on that island. He's probably playing checkers right now with Elvis.
And losing.
Probably.
Yep. Yeah, 26, all of them.
Okay, well, I'm gonna top that. They all get a 187 from me. So there you go.
187.
Gotcha. You can't top that. All right. So next up is Oh Sweet Jesus. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Next up is JJ Fad. Oh my God. I despise JJ Fad. They were one hit wonders and one song, Supersonic, and that was the stupidest song ever. I despise it. Oh my God, I hated every last second of it. It's fucking sucked. I hated that song. Every time I heard it, man, it would just drive me nuts. Oh my God. JJ Fad, they get a minus a trillion. I mean, you never heard from them again after that because they really didn't have no talent in the first place. That song was awful. Oh my God, that song was bad, man. Sweet Jesus. Just the thought of it, man, just turns my stomach, man. I'm about to go take a Zantac just to calm myself down, man.
Yeah. Maybe a Prilosec. How about that?
Yeah, that too, man. I have a Zantac and a Prilosec, man. I'm going to OD because of these. Yeah, that song was awful. Okay, JJ Fad gets minus a trillion. What you say?
Yeah. I feel like I should take a Zantac as well. I take Pepsi AC, so I'll take some Pepsi.
Tums.
Pepto-Bismol.
Milk of magnesia. Oh, that's some nasty. Grandma used to make me take milk. Used to make us take milk of magnesia, man. She bought that stuff all the time. Oh, it was nasty. Oh.
Yeah. The chalky stuff,
yeah, coat your stomach. Oh my God, it was terrible though. Yeah.
My doctor says my lances. So JJ were a fad. I think that song was a hit, right?
Yeah, it was like a top 10 hit, man. Believe it or not, that terrible song. Yeah.
It was pretty garbage. I can understand how somebody can like it. Interesting, dance song, and it's been sampled by so many people and made better in that regard. But no, it's not a good song. And this is just a whack group. I don't really, they were a manufactured girl group, rap girl group, and it's weird.
And they couldn't rap.
They could not rap. I don't know why.
They were terrible.
They were very bad.
They weren't even fine and good looking or nothing, man. So you couldn't even get they didn't even have that going for them, man. They just they were walking zero.
Like homegirl from the street,
Yeah, basically, just somebody in dude from the hood and just gave them a shot, man, and put some money in their pocket, and here you go. Now move on. So they're probably living with D Barnes right now.
Well, they did this track, which is more than I can say for myself. So, all I'll say is this was not my type of song, and they didn't have a career really. So, did they deserve to be here? No. Minus. Did you say trillion?
Yeah, trillion.
I'm not gonna go further than that. I give minus trillion as well.
Well, that's a first. So you finally came around to my way of thinking, man. So
yeah,
I'm winning.
But I'm gonna up the ante with a Prilosec, Zantac, Pepsi AC, and Uh, a Crestor. How about that?
I'm gonna raise you a milk of magnesia and castor oil.
Oh boy. Some Epsom salt. How about that? Take a bath in some Epsom salt.
Witch hazel.
Oh yeah.
Put a fork under your pillow.
A bent fork. How about that?
That's right. There
A
you go.
burned fork. Just burn it. Yeah. Yeah.
If folks be listening to
that. Ride you back tonight.
it's like which ride you back, man. So anybody.
Because of JJ fans.
Yeah, exactly. So folks who out there listening don't know what we're talking about. That's your problem. If you had a witch ride your back, then you're not black.
Quite honestly, I can say that's probably never happened to me.
It's happened to me. I've had a witch ride my back before, man. It is not fun at all, man.
What that is night paralysis. Is there a witch riding your back? No, but it happens. It's never happened to me, but I know it's happened to people.
Yeah, it's happened to me, man. So yeah, it's not a good feeling, man. So my wife can attest to that. So all right. So all right. So next up, oh my God. Next up.
I do.
Next on the list is LaToya Jackson.
LaToya Jackson.
I'll just play it, man. I'll just play it. Okay, next up on the list.
Jackson gets a 97,000 for the track. She should have been there.
Stop. Man, stop. Okay, next up on the list, man, is Young MC.
Young MC.
Oh man, I hate it. I absolutely hated Supersonic, JJ Fad. I despise that song. But I don't think I've ever hated a song more than I hated Busta Move. I'm telling you, man, I despise. Oh my God, I think of all in my lifetime, there's one song that when I hear it, man, it actually makes me physically sick, and that's Busta Move. I despise that song, man. I've never listened to it all the way through. I've never listened to that song on purpose. I mean, obviously you hear it on the radio or whatever, or in a club or whatever, right? But I've never pushed play with the intent of listening to Busta Move ever, and I never will. It's one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my life, man. And just based on that, Young MC, I've listened to some of his other stuff, man. He has a decent flow or whatever. I mean, he's not terrible, but the fact that song is the one song he's known for, I gotta give him -1.5 trillion. I mean, because this song is so bad. He's responsible for that, man. He's responsible for making me physically sick whenever I hear, anything from that song, man. So yeah, Young MC, if you're out there listening, man, fuck you and your mama. It's a terrible song. Yeah, I wish bad things on you. I hope a witch ride your back tonight, Young MC.
Oh God! Why wish him like that kind of ill? I don't understand.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take that fork from under his pillow and stab him with it.
Young MC.
You ever been stabbed with a fork before? I heard it don't feel good. No, I haven't, but I heard it don't feel too good. So Young MC, if you're out there listening, fuck you.
I mean, have you ever been stabbed? Period.
No, I've never been stabbed.
I can imagine being stabbed feels horrible.
I'm sure it does, man. It's having a sharp object plunge into your body. It can't feel good.
Well, I'll take it. I have been stabbed. I've been stabbed with maybe on accident, but it happened. I was stabbed in the side with a screwdriver.
What?
Long time ago, and your brother did it.
Why?
So, we were playing,
Did it hurt?
Oh, yeah. I don't think I told anybody it happened.
Did it penetrate?
I bled.
Oh, wow.
It was horrible. Oh, man. So, yes, I've been stabbed with a freaking screwdriver. I don't know how old
Was
I
it Phillips or Flathead?
I think it was a flathead.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry, man.
I don't remember.
Should I call the authorities?
Huh?
Should I call the authorities?
No. I don't think I told anybody.
Was it Keenan?
No, Terry stabbed me. Yes, Keenan.
So, Keenan, if you're out there listening, man, I hope a witch ride your back tonight, Keenan, for stabbing your brother, man.
I'm sure he doesn't remember that at all.
I'm going to ask him about that next time I see him. I'm going to ask him about it, see what he says.
Yeah, ask him, but he's not going to remember because, you don't remember things like that if it probably didn't have any effect on him.
So, right. So Keenan, if you're listening, comment below, man, and let us know what happened.
I guarantee you has no idea that he probably was like, that didn't happen, but it did.
That was attempted
I
murder.
was stabbed and I felt it. It was horrible.
Okay.
Stab with a screwdriver. Okay, anyway, a young MC is what we should be talking about.
Yeah.
So I don't hate Bust a Move. Actually, when it was out, I thought it was cool. I liked it. Now I don't care for it, but I liked it then. I think now it's like it's so freaking oversaturated. Like it is synonymous with corny rap, and you hear it a lot when it comes to like old school reminiscence and stuff. And it's just so I didn't hate that song though. I didn't really get into him at all, but he came back with a track called "What's the Flavor," and I really like that track. I really like "What's the Flavor." Do you remember that?
No.
No, you don't? That was like 92 or something like that.
Like I said, I really don't seek him out.
What's the flavor? Can I get a taste? Something like that. You remember that?
No. Like I said, I don't seek out anything from Young MC at all.
What's the flavor? What's the flavor? I liked it.
No, Marvin Young does not get any love from me. I'm sorry.
Well, okay. Well, he gets some love from some people, and on the strength of, did he deserve to be there? No. I mean, maybe because he was a positive guy and he wanted to get this message across, and I give him much respect for that. Did he deserve to be there based on his skill and his clout and, you know, his popularity? No. But on the strength of What's the Flavor, which I still like to this day, I'm going to give him a 2.
All right, man. you kill me sometimes.
Look it up if you don't remember that track.
I know. I ain't studying that track. I ain't studying Young MC.
Sort of recently too. Like, I don't remember the name of it, but it was like a boxer in a ring. It was cool too. It was kind of good.
I'm not studying Young MC or anything about Young MC or Marvin Young or whomever else he calls himself. So if you're out there listening, like I said, hell with you.
Right then.
All right. Next up is Digital Underground, Humpty Hump, and Shock G. Well, can it really be? You can't. Humpty Hump and Shock G are the same people. So
the same person. So I don't really understand.
Yeah. So for the fact that they both get credited, Humpty Hump and Shock G both get credit on this song, is just beyond me. But anyways, Digital Underground, of course, were a popular hip hop crew from the West Coast. I think from Oakland. And they had, once again, have an iconic song, the Humpty Dance, which, of course, everybody's and their grandma's heard. So, Do What You Like. Sex Packets was a great album. They had a decent string of hits. Of course, they did a lot of work with Tupac. Same Song was a hit from some movie or whatever. So, what's the name? What's that? And they did that one song with Tupac. I Get Around. Yeah, so they are definitely part of hip hop lore. I mean, and they did carve out a nice niche for themselves in hip hop music. So Humpty Hump and Shock G, all being one person, you get a demerit for being the same person. so I'll give them a 5. And true story, actually, I ran into Shock G and Humpty Hump at a Waffle House. So he was cool. We talked for a hot second or whatever. So it was cool. So what was he doing? What was he doing at a Waffle House? I don't know. What was I doing at Waffle House for that matter? So it was late at night too. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Whatever.
I mean, that's what you do, right? You go to Waffle House at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Everybody does that. Exactly. Having grits and ham and eggs and whatever, man. And it's all-star whatever.
Rock.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's why. So I met him at a Waffle House one night, man. Like I said, we chopped it up for a hot minute, but yeah, they get a 5. So there you go.
Okay. Yeah. Digital Underground, they were pretty cool. They had some good songs, some good albums. Sex Packets album was really good. Everybody knows Humpty Dance. That is a karaoke hit to this day. People love doing that. And they had a follow-up album, Sons of the P, which I listened to, and I thought that was really good. No Nose Job bangs to this day. I listened to that the other day. That's a really good track. Weird and humorous because that was the Humpty Hump persona. And when he went into the Humpty Hump persona, he was trying to be funny, obviously. But I thought it was cool. I think a very interesting thing to do. You're another character in your group, but you're the same person. Very interesting. So anyway, they deserve to be there for sure. They were good. I'm gonna give them a 5 as well.
All right, another bit of trivia when it comes to Digital Underground. You remember Money B?
Oh yeah.
Actually, Money B and I actually had the same publicist. And when I was considering hiring this publicist, whatever, I asked for 3 references, and one of the references was Money B. So I called him up, and obviously he gave a glowing reference, and we actually chopped it up for a minute. And he was a really interesting guy. We talked about a lot of things and everything. So we kind of got into different conversations and everything. But I did hire the publicist based on his recommendation. And she did a decent job for me. I had to let her go, but she did a decent enough job. She got me what I wanted to get out of her. So a little trivia there.
Very good. Wow.
Absolutely.
Money B.
Yeah, Money B.
Raspy voice.
Yeah, that was it. All right, next up on the list we have Oaktown 357.
Oh.
Yeah, a girl group. Produced by MC Hammer. They're part of his entourage or whatever, and they actually were his dancers. Also, they had a song that I liked. You remember? Yeah. I think that's the only song they had that was a hit or whatever. They might have had something else.
That's not even what I remember.
Oh really?
Juicy Got You Going Crazy.
That's right. Yeah. Juicy Got You Crazy. Yeah, I didn't like that song. That was a typical
I didn't like it either, but I remember it.
That was a typical Hammer type song or whatever. So, but yeah, based on the fact that they were obviously there because of their affiliation with MC Hammer, not based on their actual abilities or anything like that. So in that regard, they get a 0 because they really didn't belong to be there. Like I said, they were dancers for MC Hammer. They had a couple songs and faded off into obscurity. So no, they didn't deserve to be there. So Oaktown 357, if you're listening, you get a 0. But at least you're not a trillion minus a trillion like JJ Fad. So there's something. So you are winning in that regard. So
yeah,
there you go.
Hashtag winning. Yeah, Oaktown 357. Juicy Got You Crazy is all I remember from them, and I hated it. So it wasn't my type of song, and that's really all I can say about it. So I'll have to give them a 0 as well, because if that's all I know from them, they didn't have an indelible mark on my mind, and I don't know what gives them the clout to be on a track of this sort with some freaking legends, other than being affiliated with MC Hammer. So yeah, 0.
Absolutely, that's the only reason why they were there. Like I said, because of they were like hey, LaToya was on We Are the World because she was Michael's sister. So, and Mario Cipollina and Joey Cola.
Joey Cola. All 3 of them. I mean, again, if they were on this track, I'd give them all 100,000 because they should be here, man.
You think Joey Cola and Mario Cipollina should have been on this song?
Yes, rapping. Blowing on the mic. They should have been.
So Mario Cipollina, if you're out there listening, man, we got your back, son.
Joey Cola, he's known to break the mic.
Man, if Mario Cipollina knew we were talking about him, man, he'd be like, man, what in the world have I done?
What in the world happening here? What? These black guys are talking about rap and me? What? They don't know who I am. They're making fun of me. I don't know if that's what he sounds like. I'm just making up a voice.
Folks out there, if you're listening, if you don't know who Mario Cipollina is, listen to our show for We Are the World, who didn't belong to be there, and you'll find out who Mario Cipollina and Joey Cola is, and you'll get a kick out of it because they'll left an indelible mark on our lives. So if Mario, if you're out there listening, if you're still alive, Mario, if you're out there listening, man, I got love for you, and Joey Cola, I got love for you too, man. Is it Johnny Cola or Joey Cola? Joey Cola. So,
You gotta give props to you, Lewis.
No, we give props to Mario Cipollina and Joey Cola, and I'm gonna go ahead and give them a grade because they should have been on this record, so they both get a 10 from me.
I know, it's like I said, yeah, 100,000. That's what I'm giving them. They deserve it.
Okay, so we've added Joey Cola and Mario Cipollina to We Are All in the Same Game.
They needed to be there.
Exactly.
Like a benefit song is not a benefit song without them. They need to be on it. They should have been on social structure. I mean, why not? I don't understand why not.
I know, man. Yeah, represent the East and the West Coast, man.
I mean, they represent everything. They represent the freaking world. Every side. It's the best side.
All right. So, next and last but not least, we have MC Hammer. Of course, MC Hammer. He really needs no introduction. His resume definitely speaks for itself. And when this record came out, he was on top of the world. He was, probably the biggest rap artist on the planet at the time. So he definitely belonged to be there. Regardless of what you might feel about MC Hammer's career as a whole, as far as his music and all this kind of stuff, we did a show on him before, and I stand by it. I think MC Hammer is a legend. I think that his first album was one of the most impactful hip hop albums ever. Obviously, but he wasn't a great rapper. He was a whack rapper, but he did bring something new and different to the game. He did take it to the next level. So I give credit where credit is due. So MC Hammer, he gets a 10 from me as well. So there you go.
And if you remember that show, I told you how much I love Hammer to this day.
Yep, I do.
Hammer is near and dear to my heart. And at this point, in this particular track, he was most likely, he was the biggest star on it. So, yeah.
And he closed it out. So he got the plum position. He got the,
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot to say about that.
Like Ray Charles at the end of We Are the World. You put that heavy hitter at the end, to close it out, and that's what they did here. So yeah.
Yeah, Hammer was the anchor of this track.
Yeah, he was.
So he definitely deserves to be there, and he deserves to be anywhere that he wants to be because he's freaking Hammer. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give him a 25.
You motherfucker.
Because he's a big star, man. At this point, he was, like I said, the biggest star on the track. If you want to say he didn't deserve to be there because of his skill or whatever, maybe. But you had JJ Fad on it, so
Exactly. Skill wise, obviously Hammer gets a 0, but icon wise and fame and he definitely gets he gets a 26.
Skill wise, I'm giving him a 4 because I like Hammer.
Okay.
You can say he's not the MC that the MC stands for. But then again, his MC didn't stand for microphone controller, so it doesn't really matter.
What did it stand for?
Master of Ceremonies.
For him.
Yes, that's what it was. He said it before.
Oh, really?
Okay. It was Master of Ceremonies for him. So he was not microphone controller Hammer.
You know what? I think MC Hammer actually stand for the MC stand for?
Oh no, what is it?
The MC stand for Mario Cipollina.
Mario Cipollina Hammer. Yeah.
That's what it stands for.
Alter ego in blackface.
We finally unraveled the mystery of Mario Cipollina. He's actually MC Hammer.
He's actually, yes. I don't know why I never thought of that before. Wow,
See?
That's him.
Man, see, that's what you get on what Lonzo.
I get the resemblance, Actually, I don't know what it looks like, but that's him. Mario Cipollina Hammer.
See, you got breaking news on what Lonzo thinks. So we've unraveled the mystery of Mario Cipollina.
I have some terrible news about Mario Cipollina.
What is that?
I don't.
Yeah, man, you better not go there, man.
I know it'll break your heart.
Yeah, you already broke my heart, man. With Timdawg, man, you can't. I'm gonna need a Chem 7 and the CBC in a minute.
I'm sorry though. Like Timdawg, he broke these women's hearts. So that's the worst part of it.
And you crushed me with that, man. I'm still crushed behind that one, man. So
he deserves to die, and I hope he's burning in hell.
Well, Timdawg, if you're down there, man, in the hell, and you're in the Ike Turner.
Yes, him and Ike are together right now.
They're playing dominoes right now, man.
Probably they're doing the human centipede in hell right now. And they're burning. They were terrible people in life.
Okay, once again, man, we just delved into some macabre, occultish type shit, man.
Yeah. You know, I think we've done that before when talking about death.
Exactly.
I'm not going to do it, but I stand by my assertion about Ike Turner and Timdawg. These are some terrible people in life, and you know they deserve what they have now. But the weird thing is, you know, you talked about Eazy-E and Tupac and all of them still being alive on an island somewhere. Truth of the matter is, probably the only person who's still alive is Timdawg, which is sad.
No, the deal with Timdawg is he's a zombie.
Yeah, he
The
died,
Tim,
but he was zombie, still
yeah,
fucking white women out of money.
that's right. The Timdawg zombies.
Oh man, that's probably true.
So
Good
Timdawg,
people always go with
Timdawg,
that. You got the devils being alive as devils.
Timdawg, if you're out there listening, it's not me, it's Jake. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you want him to? You still want to be aligned with this man? That's all.
yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay then. Well,
Okay.
I'm not down with the zombie.
And on that note, what do you think? What do you think about we are all in the same gang? Who didn't belong there? Who did belong there? Was JJ Fad as whack as we thought they were? Is Michelle A the devil? Well, she is ratchet as we say she is. Body and Soul and D Barnes. Is D Barnes found a place to live? These are things we need to know.
I hope he does.
So if you have an update on D Barnes and her whereabouts, please comment below and let us know so I can we can get the word out to everybody else. To my subscribers, once again, I do appreciate your feedback. So please keep rolling with me, and I'll keep rolling with you. I get a lot of feedback, and I do appreciate every comment that I get from my fans out there. So it's nice to have fans. So what do you think about we are all in the same gang? You got any final words there, Jake?
No, I'm just gonna like wax poetic on Timdawg. I think I'm gonna think about him tonight.
He gonna get you in your sleep like the boogeyman. You know,
Probably.
you need the boogeyman to rap anyway. So
I'm just sitting around like crying about him, so you know.
yeah, whatever, man. Timdawg got love. Yeah, I got love for Timdawg. Despite his failings as a human being, I have love for him.
That's horrible.
All right. So what do you think out there? Please hit me up. Comment below. Hit me up. What Lonzo thinks on Twitter, Gmail. WhatLonzoThinks@gmail.com. Hit me up on Patreon. I'm always out there. So if you have any questions or concerns, hit me up. You know, I respond to every request that I get, every comment that I get. I make sure to respond. I've had a lot of lively conversations with my fans, so you guys know me. So hit me up. Let me know what you think, cause you're always gonna know what Lonzo thinks. Bye.